Michigan Out of Doors Online is brought to you in part by...
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others. Join the fight.
By Tri-County Logging. Experienced in sustainable forestry practices, Tri-County Logging can help you manage your property by keeping your woods healthy and generate income. Serving southern and mid-Michigan for nearly 50 years, TriCountyLogging.com.
Hi everyone, welcome to Michigan Out of Doors. I'm Jenny Olson-Silik, and it's October. Every one of us here at the TV show is spending as much time as we possibly can out in the woods and bringing you all new episodes this fall as well. Now, there aren't any archery hunts on this week's show, but what we're going to do is show you a few different exciting things that have been happening recently. I'll take you on a pheasant hunt up near Cadillac to honor all of our veterans, active duty military, and first responders. It's the 15th annual pheasant hunt that happened up there at Tails-O-Wagon Pheasant Preserve. You won't want to miss that story. And Jimmy's got some other excitement in store for us this week too.
Well, that's right, Jenny. We do have a few more stories on this week's show. We're going to visit the Mid-Michigan College campus in Harrison and learn more about a cool outdoor program that they have there. Then we're going to take a trip to the northern part of the Lower Peninsula, Emmett County, to go to bird camp. And that's not a grouse camp, that's not a turkey camp, it's a goose and woodcock camp. You won't want to miss that. Lots of good stuff on this week's show. You stay tuned. I'm Jimmy Gretzinger. It's time for Michigan Out of Doors.
From the first spring rains to the soft summer breeze, dancing on the pine forest floor, the autumn colors catch your eyes. Here come the crystal winter skies. It's Michigan, Michigan out of doors.
What a beautiful day in the woods.
Someday our children all will see this is their finest legacy, the wonder and the love of Michigan. As the wind comes whispering through the trees, the sweet smell of nature's in the air. From the Great Lakes to the quiet stream, shining like a sportsman's dream, it's a love of Michigan we all share.
Michigan Out of Doors is presented by Country Smokehouse, a sportsman's meat processor and Michigan destination since 1988. Offers a variety of homemade smoked meats and Michigan-made products in-store and online. The Country Smokehouse features an outdoor barbecue and bar. Details at countrysmokehouse.com. The Michigan Wildlife Council is dedicated to educating the public about the important role hunters and anglers play in supporting wildlife conservation for future generations. Learn more at hereformioutdoors.org. By GREENMARK Equipment. GREENMARK Equipment is a John Deere dealership network in southwest Michigan and northern Indiana. GREENMARK provides sales and services to farmers, commercial businesses, large property owners, and homeowners. Information about pricing and products available can be found online at greenmarkequipment.com.
DTE believes to lead, we have to do what's right. So we're tripling renewables and cutting carbon emissions in half over the next 10 years. DTE.
A few weeks back, I arrived at bird camp here in Emmett County, just as Chad Rabideau was heading out to do some scouting for the morning hunt. Chad has hunted this part of the state for years and had several family and friends heading up tonight. And we did find a few birds, and Chad and I talked about how this bird camp ever got started.
I got my first dog, Benelli, about 7, he's 8 now, so 7 years ago was our first hunt up here, and it was just me and my buddy Baher. We just got into upland hunting, and we were like, let's go up for the opener woodcock season. And it was awesome. I mean, we had a great time. We flushed a lot of birds. That took off to having another buddy up here, and then he got a dog, and then we all kind of got into, the upland theme, and shortly after we had a whole group up here. My uncle had some kids and they started to get into it, so it was cool. We just kind of grew from there. We started off at a little cabin up top. Then it just kind of grew to the whole lodge that my uncle built because he got into it and he loved everybody coming up. And we would rent houses and he wanted us to stay on the property, so yeah, it just escalated from there and it became what it is today.
Taco!
Nice job, boys. All right, tell me the game plan here, young fella.
All right, so they're going to come in and we're going to shoot them down. Hopefully. Hopefully they come in the right spot.
How much scouting did you do?
I was out for a week straight, about 2 hours before work, 2 hours after work.
Wow.
And they've been playing tricks on me this week.
Huh.
They were in the field, they were out of the field. I got permission. Other hunters got permission. We've been playing musical geese, I think, this week. So they were here last night. Hopefully they'll be here this morning.
Yeah. So how'd you decide where we're gonna set up?
That was Will's decision. You know where I wanted to go, so we'll see if we were right or not.
Our morning was going okay, but the birds were not working how we wanted, making for some tough shooting. So the guys got ready to move the blinds. And while we did that, Chad explained how this goose hunting has really taken over this bird camp.
So they turned my bird camp, my woodcock camp, into goose camp about 2 years ago. Well, I'll say 3 years ago. We were just getting into waterfowl pretty big. We brought a few decoys up, not thinking, we're gonna get into any birds. And because we chased a lot of birds downstate, and we just had a heck of a hunt. So we came up again, and every year it seems to be our best hunt of the year. Just a lot of birds come down this time of year, and it kind of evolved more to goose hunting, and then Saturday morning we'd come out and do the woodcock and hold the tradition for that.
Well, after moving the blinds, the birds were working a little bit better. Plus, with the sun now at our backs, it seemed the shooting was also a bit better as well.
We thought they were going to run it, it's been 50-50. They've been landing in the cut wheat, they've been in the green. The last day they're in the green, so we probably should have set up in the green like we thought, but the wheat just looked too good. So we gave it a shot, but bluebird day, we casted a little bit of shadow. So we're changing it up right now, trying to, see if this works. We got less of a shadow, blend it in a little bit more, see if the birds are still flying and working a little bit better.
Kill him! Yeah, baby!
Well, we're just pulling out from our morning hunt this morning. Did actually pretty good. I think we got 18-ish birds, 18, maybe 20. Got to get a count here, but up here at Bird Camp, up here in the northwest part of the lower, Emmett County is where we're at, not too far from like Petoskey area. And yeah, had a good hunt this morning. Gonna head back to Bird Camp. Lots of fun up here. We're gonna get some birds and call it good and go back and do some breakfast. So good morning in the goose field.
And the kicker to it is smoked paprika.
Ah, nice.
Yep. You're gonna enjoy it.
So this is breakfast burritos?
Breakfast burritos.
Let me just say that the goose breakfast sausage, well, it was out of this world. This camp really does food well. So after a feast and a nap, we were back at it. We were in the same field as earlier in the day, but a few hundred yards away, where the birds had been hanging out in the early evening. These guys and ladies were really fun to hunt with, and with a gap in our decoy spread, Carvin showed us all the new and improved way of setting decoys.
Now you see, if I was a goose, I see all this open space. I'm like, no one's out there. It may not be safe to land. So I'm gonna take some decoys, just put them out there, to let them know, right in the middle, just let them know, it's safe here. It's not a trap. No one's trying to shoot you. Safe.
Well, indeed, the birds were safe. No shots were fired in the evening hunt, but that's okay. We had a great time, and of course, we were treated to quite a dinner. Your special concoction that I'd never heard of before.
Special concoction is inside warming up on the stove, and that is goose leg sliders.
Goose leg how do you, are they any good?
They're great. So the goose legs and thighs are probably one of the most overlooked pieces of meat on the bird. Tons of meat, gotta slow cook them, they're tough. You make sliders out of them, You put them in a crock pot till they fall off the bone, and you fix them up just like sliders, barbecue sauce, coleslaw, pickles, however you like your sliders.
And they're a big fan favorite.
Big fan favorite, right?
Big fan favorite. Hey, tell them about your specialty over there.
My specialty.
The secret recipe.
So this is the secret tonight. We actually saved goose hearts.
Oh my.
And we're going to pan fry some goose hearts in butter and salt and pepper.
Really?
Yes, sir. We're going to eat good tonight.
Well, if I'm being honest, I was a little suspect about the sliders, but they were fantastic. And yeah, the perch and the walleye, they were pretty good as well. With the morning came the big hunt for today, and Chad and the crew were anxious to hit the woods.
Opening day, baby. Let's get them. Bird there, buddy? Get on. Got a bird?
Watch it. Another one just went up.
We're out here in the back 40. It's my favorite spot to woodcock hunt. Hopefully they're there this morning. We got a good frost, so they don't stick around too long typically after the frost. But early season, it's a good nesting area, so it usually holds a lot of birds. So this is a good field around a river, a lot of ferns, a lot of pop on the other side of it. So usually early morning, late at night, we can really get into them here.
What'd you find over there?
Oh, beautiful woodcock. It's a good sized adult too. First one of the year.
And what kind of gun you shooting there?
This is a CZ Bob White, side by side. I drool over. I'm a sucker for side by sides. It's an old 1920, 27 Lefevre, 1923 Lefevre 16 gauge. So.
Oh, looks like they work.
Yeah, today.
Well, pretty common on these kinds of stories, the camera isn't usually where the shooting was happening, but there were lots of birds around. That last woodcock just about ran me over, and even though we weren't connecting much, the morning was a ton of fun.
Low bird, low bird.
There comes one. So we were about done for the day. Everyone got at least one bird and the dogs did well. It was a good woodcock opener.
We did great. We flushed a lot of birds. I mean, we didn't shoot the best, but that's woodcock hunting, right? You always want to shoot them all, but I think we flushed 20? At least 20, right? A little bit more maybe. But it was great. Good dog work today. We got some good points, and it was a good hunt.
A good hunt indeed. Thanks to all the folks that let me invade for a few days. Had a great time, met some new folks, and enjoyed every minute here at Michigan's Out of Doors.
For 15 years now, the folks at Tails a Wagon Pheasant Preserve in Marion, Michigan have been hosting veterans, active duty military, and first responders to come on out for a totally free, fun day of pheasant hunting. So we headed out there to check it out.
We're here at our 15th annual Tails a Wagon Acres Vets Law and First Responders Hunt. And we've got a great bunch out here right now. We've got 7 fields filled with hunters and guides right now. And Pietro's restaurant out of Grand Rapids is over doing the cooking with Gordon Foods and Ebles supplying all the food this year. And things are going along really good. They've got so many good helpers, and everybody knows what to do, so we're moving along real well. We started 15 years ago with just 2 Vietnam veterans that were suffering with Agent Orange problems, and unfortunately they passed by the time they were 62 or 63 years old. The following year we didn't start out saying we want to do a vets hunt, you know, it just happened. And they told a few of their friends, and the next thing you know, this year we're at 400 hunters, 2,000 birds, and Pietro's meals all day long for 4 days. So it's program's growing, kind of taking on a life of its own here. Come to think, I just believe it's the good Lord's idea, because it's not any plan I had.
Is this your first time out here?
It is my first time, and what an honor and privilege that these people, and is it Chuck that puts this on? Thank you so much, and all that have contributed. This is for veterans, and like he said, those that aren't here aren't able to join us. And
How'd you hear about this?
my friend Gary there, we're both Vietnam veterans, both disabled veterans, and just knowing that people care about us, not just the Vietnam veterans, but all the veterans, men and women alike, and you being here to cover it and let people know that people appreciate what veterans are doing, and the volunteers, the dog handlers, the guides. It's really special. Thank you very much.
The gratitude expressed by all of the veterans here is one of the reasons Tim Beaver began helping with this event after he participated in the hunt.
My first year was 14 years ago. I came out with the 1/10 fighter wing. We came back with 32 birds here. So I was like, we're hooked. So first year participants, second year volunteers, third year volunteers, and then before you know it, I'm here dang near every day now. So this whole event is backed by volunteers. We have a volunteer staff of on average 160 people volunteer for this through the weekend. And then it's all done by donations.
Sponsors of this event are the reason that vets, military, and first responders are able to enjoy this weekend at no cost.
Because of the nature of it and what it's about, the meaning behind it all, it's to give back to the vets that have served and the first responders that are out there. And many of us out here have some type of disability, and we're able to adapt to each and every individual to get them out to have a successful hunt. And it's one of a kind. And you know, it wasn't actually until I started getting involved with this program, Tails of Wagon, about 5 years ago. And I suffer from mental illness from the war, and I was just diagnosed 2017. And when our troops come back, they're kind of closed in, you know, and it's hard sometimes to communicate with them and just to get them out of their comfort zone. And this is one of those places that we're able to, you know, not only get them out of their comfort zone, but show them something new. And it's not just showing them something new. And, you know, I think, I don't know of a shooter or a hunter that we've brought out here that hasn't been successful with bringing some birds back with them. We've got a lot of great support from the local communities and a lot of volunteers, and I think we have more volunteers this year than we do shooters right now, but which is good though, because that's what it takes to put something of this caliber on.
I was in the Army. I did a year in Iraq.
Okay. So you like coming out to these
types
of things?
Yeah.
Cool. Do you get to meet other veterans?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's probably one of the highlights is being able to meet the other people and hanging out with like-minded folk. It's more of a camaraderie. I gravitate towards veterans of all branches, all services, so it's just kind of nice being around people who have the same experiences.
Why do you think it's important for vets to do stuff like this together?
The camaraderie, mostly the enjoyment. You know, there's a lot of vets every year that have never bird hunted that come out, so they get that experience, and they get, you know, well-trained dogs to be able to come out and find the birds for them. So you got a lot of vets that aren't actively able to do stuff like this on an everyday basis because they live in a urban area or they just don't have access to it. And so, you know, they have shotguns to use, stuff like that. So when somebody comes out that's never been able to be bird hunting before, then they're able to come out here and enjoy a really great experience with, trained dogs, trained guides, shotguns that function properly. So really everything's handed to them. All they have to do is enjoy the experience. They don't have to stress out or worry about anything, which is a huge factor in veterans' lives, having to stress about daily stuff.
To give our nation's heroes even one day of casting their cares and stresses aside is a gift not many are able to give. Here at Tales of Wagon Acres, these servicemen and women are able to let their guards down, talk to their peers, meet new friends who've been through the same struggles and challenges they have, and spend a day enjoying the camaraderie of a hunt. It's a great way to thank them for safeguarding and protecting our precious country here in Michigan's Out of Doors.
Well, here it is, the second week in October, and we're back out in the bow stand tonight, hoping to bring you guys some footage over the next couple of weeks. But for our next segment on this week's show, we're going to take a look at a college here in Michigan that has designed a program to help get more folks into the outdoor industry.
Well, the program, it's kind of a long story, but the program started out with our president charging us with, our past president charging us with coming up with ideas to rejuvenate the Harrison campus. And so my thought was we need something in the outdoor industry. I mean, everybody around here is into the outdoors, and we know people that are into the outdoors are passionate about it. It's not just a hobby, it's who they are. And so I thought there's got to be something, and I did some research and I found a program called the President's Outdoor Scholars at University of Montevallo. So I introduced the concept and idea of mimicking this program to our former President Hammond, and she was all for it. The kids that are in this program, what we're doing is we're creating we're not just keeping them involved with the outdoors, we're actually creating career paths. So we're creating career pathways off of this. So what the program does is offers a pathway in outdoor media. We have an outdoor media transfer pathway. We're creating a DNR conservation officer pathway and an entrepreneur pathway for the business in the outdoor industry.
The students in this year's class had a wide variety of backgrounds. Some of them were lifelong hunters and anglers here in Michigan, while others were new to the state and the outdoor industry.
I just was scrolling through Facebook one day, happened to come across a link for this class and this program, and filming in the outdoor industry has always kind of been a big go-to for me. I started it back in 2016 after hunting since probably pretty much I could walk and talk. Is what my dad introduced me to that. There's some pictures of me in a backpack actually steelhead fishing with him when I was a baby, that carrying me around the river. So I saw this link and it was kind of a calling for me. Heard about all the things, read through a little bit of the agenda of the classes and how the program went about, and just how we can go out and travel around, do a bunch of hunting things, a bunch of fishing things, and get the opportunity to do all these things hands-on with people that have been doing it for years, like Jason Brown here. So I just thought that was pretty cool to be able to do all that stuff.
So I have a passion for the outdoors. I'm from down south, and I've been fishing all over the United States. I've fished in Colorado and Arizona, and Texas, and the coast, and I got to Michigan and found trout streams. And I try to make it a rule that I don't live anywhere longer than 2 years, and I've been here for 3 now. So I'm still pushing streams, still finding more things to do. And so this class, I'm getting into the hunting side of it. Michigan's got a huge hunting aspect to it, and I want to play too. So this is how I'm going to learn, man, with this Rusted Rooster, with Jason Brown, the media side of it, the cameras that he's bringing in, all of that kind of equipment and stuff like that is just next level, top-notch stuff. So I get to really expand on the ability to capture these moments for other people out there, and that don't necessarily get to get out there and do it, can still kind of see what's going on and hopefully encourage them to jump up off the couch and go play. So.
Well, the wonderful thing about great ideas is they get ignited by great conversations. And we've got a faculty member that you've met, J.J. Mertz, is also chair of our faculty senate here. And he's an outdoor enthusiast, and he had this idea, and he had learned about a similar program. But when I started hearing about it, I thought, this'll work. And the wonderful thing about it, among so many wonderful things about it, is that we can blend it with other areas of instruction. For instance, writing. along with great video production, there has to be great writing and telling the story and putting it on the page before it goes onto the video. So we're going to be blending some of our other classes with the outdoor enthusiast classes, which is great for other instructors to teach in those other areas.
It's great to see a college program designed for the outdoor enthusiast. Special thanks to JJ for inviting us up, and good luck to all of the students in this year's class.
Thanks for joining us this week for Michigan Out of Doors. Make sure you stay tuned in upcoming weeks. There is all sorts of fun happening this time of year in the woods and on the water, and we're going to do our best to bring you as much as we can in the hunting and fishing realm of things. We'll be taking you out on some bear hunts in upcoming weeks, also a very special deer hunt, and a little bit of upland hunting. Make sure you stay tuned. If you'd like to see where we are and where we're headed next, you can always check us out online.
Well, that's right, Jenny. Online, always a great way to kind of keep tabs on us. You can do that through our website as well as our social media platforms. And if you're ever on YouTube, you can subscribe to our channel there, get an email every time we post something new. Lots of good stuff coming over the next several weeks. Make sure you are getting out and enjoying this time of the year. It's one of the best times of the year to be a sportsman here in the great state of Michigan. If we don't see you in the woods or on the water, hopefully we'll see you right back here next week on your PBS station.
Michigan Out of Doors is presented by.
Do you dream of somewhere bigger than your backyard? You can get there with Greenstone. Whether you want to hunt, fish, hike, or just watch the sunset, we're ready to help you own your place in the great outdoors. To learn more, visit greenstonefcs.com.
WorkingPerson.com. From the factory floor to the job site and into the field, WorkingPerson.com supplies work boots and shoes, workwear, safety gear, and more. For individuals or outfitting your whole team. Learn more at WorkingPerson.com.
By G5 Outdoors, makers of the Quest and Prime bows. Manufactured and designed in Memphis, Michigan, G5 offers a line of archery bows, broadheads, and accessories on the web at g5outdoors.com. By Jay's Sporting Goods, with locations in Clare and Gaylord. Jay's has been serving the Michigan outdoor enthusiast since 1971 with a wide variety of outdoor products. The gear, the knowledge, the tradition of Jay's on the web at jaysportinggoods.com. Closed captioning provided by Marvo Mineral, makers of Lucky Buck, deer management products including minerals to supplement deer diets year-round to improve health and antler growth.
When I wander far away, a dream stays with me night and day. It's the road that leads to my home state. I am a Michigan man.